And well, we have this AutoCAD file. It looks like simple. I have made things a little complicated. For example, this wall is not straight. Okay, so you see that it's not straight. We have an angle. Okay, it's just to make things a little bit more complicated and it's interesting. So we have the first floor, and then we have the second and third floor. Okay, this is like well, a place for cars, and this is like a courtyard with a swimming pool. And we have a double, well, it's a triple volume here. Okay, so this is the first floor. So this is the living room. And on the second and third floors, we have a void here because we can look here. It's open to below. So we don't have a floor here. It's just an opening or it's a void so that we can look to the first floor. Okay, so it's quite easy. We have staircase, we have an elevator, and well, here on the first floor, we have a kitchen with different appliances. Okay, so we will use this. We have a bathroom. So we will use this as we will be working with this file for a couple of weeks because there are a lot of things to learn here. We will start modeling walls, roofs, and all that stuff. Then we will work with the staircase because stairs are important in AutoCAD, in Revit, in life. So we have to deal with stairs. And then we will start placing furniture, different families in Revit. And finally, I will show you how to work with renderings, and we will create nice views like this. Okay. So this is what last year students did. So in a couple of weeks, you should be able to do something like that, or something like this, or something like that. But again, we're using Revit to explain a building. So I think this is a nice way to explain a building. We have an axonometric view. So this is the first floor, this is the second, and this is the third. Okay, so we can do this with Revit, with AutoCAD. But if you are able to do drawings like this, then you get to know a building. So, and you know architecture. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so we can open a new one. Let's open an architectural template. I'm going to start from scratch again. So I told you that first we have to manage. We have to work with project units. My default units are millimeters, so we are going to use feet and fractional inches. So again, I'm doing this again. Square feet, cubic feet, angle, slope, currency, mass, seconds, and feet. Okay. And now we have this AutoCAD file. I have uploaded this AutoCAD file on Canvas, so you can download it. It's on Files, Fernando's class, Classwork 3. Okay, so here we have two AutoCAD files, these DWG files. So I think we're going to use only floor 1. You can download floors 2 and 3, but we're going to use only the first floor, okay? So when you are done with this, we can insert, and we're going to insert a from file. No, we are going to import, sorry, we're going to import CAD, and where is it? It's in King versus summer. I'm going to insert this first floor. I selected import cat. Let me.
So Fernando, I tried that earlier and it's in there, but it's super small for me.
Oh,
I
so
didn't.
maybe that happens.
I'm having the same issue.
Okay, so let me zoom to all to fit. Yeah, I think it's the same thing. It's that small. Okay, it's here. Okay, it's super small. Okay, great. Because the first thing we have to scale. If you sometimes you don't see what we are doing, if you have the window, there you go. And sometimes if things are too small, you can use this option here. Okay, so if you zoom to fit, so everything that it's in the screen, now it's here. Okay, so everything that it's in the file is in the screen now. If you select zoom to fit, so wherever you can create a window, you select everything, and now we zoom in and we have it here. Okay, so we all have this issue. This is super small, but we have here this. Okay, so if we have to scale this for sure. So we can use scale. Okay, so first we can move a pinned element. So you see when you click here, you see that pin. So first we have to unpin it. Okay. And now if we select this, we can click scale. And well, you select the first point and then the second point. I made it smaller, sorry. Okay, so you select the first point, the second point, and then the third one. So do you have this now? You have a bigger drawing?
Time.
Okay, but I'll do it again. Remember that if it's pinned, okay, so first it will be, I don't know, we don't see that. We select this, it's there. We click here. Okay, so it's not pinned anymore. Now we have to select everything. This command, scale. And scale works this way. Okay, so you have to select the first point, the second point, and then the third point. There you go. It's still too small, so I'll scale it again. First point, second point, and third point. Okay, so now we have to use this accurate dimension. So this is 33.63. This is feet.
Sorry.
Yep.
When I try and zoom in, all I'm seeing is a mix of yellow, red, and black. I don't actually have any lines to grab and scale.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Can you try this option here, this thin lines option?
Okay.
Click here and let me know if it works.
Ah, that worked.
Okay. Yeah, so that's interesting because sometimes if you select here thin lines, that means that all the lines that you have on your drawing are thin. Okay, because we can assign line weight. But if we click here, thin lines, everything is thin and sometimes it's clear. Okay. Okay, so now this is 33.63. And this is a 65.69, 24 point from this point to that point is 24 feet, 0.5. So this is 24 feet and 6 inches. So this is what the 0.5 means. So it's a comma, but this is a point, okay? Okay, so we can use this, this line and as a reference, okay, from that point to that point, and that line has to be 24 feet and 6 inches. Okay, so we need this model line, this auxiliary model line. So we can select this. As you can see, if you import a CAD file, if you import a PDF, last day I remember that we imported like a PDF file and you can't select things, but a CAD file, AutoCAD is an Autodesk software, so it's the same family. So it works well with Revit, okay? So importing things from AutoCAD to Revit, it's something that works well and it's accurate. So we can select this point here. We can go this way. And now we know that this line should be 24.5 or 24 feet. We type feet and 6 inches. Okay. And then we have this green line here. So we know that this dimension, 24.5, it has to be this one. We can annotate aligned between these two auxiliary green lines, and it's 24 feet and 6 inches, and it should be 24.5. Okay, so that's correct. So now we have a reference. We know that this, the distance between this point and that point should be 24 feet and 6 inches. Okay, so now we have to select this drawing again. We have to select scale. And we are using the same. We have 3 points. So the first point is this one. Okay. The second point is the original dimension. That one. And the third point is that green line. There you go. Okay, so now this 24 and 6 is the same as this one. Do you want me to do it again?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'm going to make this smaller. Okay, because now it's, I think it's clear. Okay, so this, the distance between these two lines is 24 feet and 6 inches.
On mine, the places where it's supposed to say like the distance, it's just blue. Oh, that's because
I don't get your point.
never mind, I fixed it. My bad.
Okay. Let's start with this again. Let's start from scratch. So we have this, and from this point to that point, okay, it has to be 24.5 or 24 feet and 6 inches. Okay, so now I go to architecture, model line. This is the first point here, okay? So this line, so I go out of the drawing here. Now I know that this line has to be, the real dimension has to be 24 feet, 6 inches. Okay, and now we move this way. Okay, so I'm going to scale now. So this is gonna be my first point. The second point is the end of this arrow. And the third point is the green line. Okay, so select, scale. This is the first point. The second point is the end of this arrow here. And the third point is the green line. Okay, so now at the end of this arrow, we have the green line here. At the beginning of this arrow, we do have the green line, and this distance is 24 feet, 6 inches. Okay, so this is the most important thing because now we are going to trace. Okay, but if we want to trace, imagine that you are working with someone who doesn't know Revit, and they have this AutoCAD file, and you have to be extremely accurate because everything depends on the accuracy of these measurements. If the first measurement is bad, so everything will be wrong. Okay, so this is the most important. This is critical when we are turning an AutoCAD file into a Revit file. We need to make sure that the reference that we have taken is accurate. Okay, and if we are doing this with a PDF file, we can't be accurate. So that's why it's better using a CAD file here. We can do this with, for example, in AutoCAD, I can print a PDF. Okay, so the PDF window, I do this, fit to paper, preview. So we are working in Classwork 3. And first floor. Okay, so this is a PDF now. And now I'm going to insert this PDF on my Revit file. So I can insert here, insert PDF. Okay, so here we can insert the PDF file. It has to be here. No. 222, Classwork 3, first floor, open. Okay, I can place it here. But now if I want to take this measurement, it's not, okay, so you see the difference between a PDF file and an AutoCAD file. When you zoom in, this is still a line, and you can even select this element, or you can take this as a reference for new lines. Okay, so you see how when you hover the mouse, you can take these lines as reference for the Revit file. But if you want to do that with the AutoCAD, with the PDF file, it doesn't happen. So it's not accurate. Okay. So if we want accuracy, we need the original AutoCAD file. And if we have the original AutoCAD file, then we can do things like this from a Revit, or from a PDF file or a JPG. We can do it, and it's useful, but it's not accurate. So it depends. Sometimes accuracy is not that important, and we can, okay, so we need a reference, so that's fine. But this is not just a reference. This is what we need to do, and these dimensions have to be the same. Okay. Great. So let's move on. Now here we have different walls. So you see that we have this wall here, and we have that wall. What is the thickness of that wall? So we can annotate align. Okay, so this is a 1.5 inch. Well, I was talking about accuracy, but now I'm not going to be accurate. So I'm going to, because it doesn't make any sense that this wall is 1.5 inch. Probably this is a mistake, and I want this to be a foot. Okay, so we're going to work with a wall, architecture wall, and we're going to work with this generic wall. And I don't know, probably you will have a wall that is a foot. If you don't find that wall, we can edit type and we can duplicate, important. So this is a generic wall, 1 foot. We can edit the structure here. And now we can, a foot is 12 inches. Yeah, so we can type here 12. We click OK. And now this is my generic wall. So if I click wall, it's there. So these are all the walls that I have created. And I have this generic wall, 1 foot, that I have just created. Okay, so editing types, it's interesting because if you don't have by default, usually you don't have anything here. But if you want a specific material or a specific thickness or width for that wall, you can always edit type. Make sure that you always duplicate. Okay, so this is Fernando's wall. Okay, and now if you edit it, you can either change dimensions or you can insert more layers. You see that by inserting different layers, and then you can change here different materials. So if you want brick, you can select brick. And then you, no, rigid insulation, no, I want brick. Brick. Okay, if I want gypsum, we can have a gypsum board. If you want, well, here you have the list of materials. Okay, you want concrete. We do have concrete. And here we can change the thickness. So this is a foot. This can be an inch. This can be 4 inches or no, 5. But we need to place a specific material here. Okay, then we click OK. And we have this Fernando wall with all these layers. And it's here. Okay, we are not going to create different layers. We are just going to work with this generic 12 inches or 1 foot or whatever. And as you can see, so we have this wall in the, but this is a fence, so it's not a bearing wall. Okay, so at least we have to, and then we have internal walls. So we have different thicknesses here. Okay, the good thing in Revit is that, yeah, we have to abide by these dimensions, but don't worry, you can start doing whatever you feel like. Okay. And then you can use this tool, this align tool. This is something that AutoCAD doesn't have. And now when I'm working with AutoCAD, I'm looking for this align and I don't find it. So it's frustrating. So you can align this to this. And that's perfect because when we don't have a straight line, how can we do that? So we can use this align, this and this. And you see, and this is not a straight line. Okay, so that's perfect. There you go. Okay, so now we have created this. It's a foot. And usually we have trouble when we are creating models, we have trouble with external dimensions. Inside is ours, but here probably this limit or this land belongs to another person. So we cannot go in this direction. We can go inside, yes. So if we need to place more thermal insulation, we can go inside, but usually we can't go outside our lot. Okay, so that's this align tool. It's great. Okay, so we can use the 3D view. If you want to see the 3D view, there are different options. So you have this tiny icon here, the default 3D view. You see this? And there are other. So if you click on view, so you can type here, or you can select here this default 3D view as well. Okay, so it depends. Well, we need the elevation because we haven't talked about levels yet. And this is something that should be somewhere in this AutoCAD file. Let me find out. Okay, we have sections here. Okay, so these are the levels. Okay, so this is 0 level, the first one. Then we have the plus 10.8, 10 feet, 0.8. So these are decimal feet. And this is 21.6 and 32.5. So those are the 4 levels that we are going to use. So the first one is 10.8. So we have to go to the east elevation. And can we type here 10.8 feet? Yeah. And now we have to name those levels. I don't know. I told you that I usually name this level 0 because it's 0. That can be level 10, although it's 10 feet and 9.5 inches, but it's level 10. And then the next one was 21.6. So I can select this one, copy. I move it up, and then is 21.6 feet. So that would be level 21. And finally, this is 32.5. Copy. And this is 32.5. So that would be level 32. Okay, so if you look at the section, the walls, well, we have a parapet here, but the walls go from the first floor to the roof, to that level 32.50. Okay, I'm not uploading the sections because they are quite easy. I mean, we have this triple volume here, you see? And then we have the first floor, the first, the second, the third floor, and a flat roof. So it's quite easy. This is the fence Okay, so the height of this fence is, maybe we need that level. Okay, it's 4.9. So we can copy this level here. To 4.9. So this is level 4. So that would be the level of the fence. Okay, so these are all the levels we need. I can select all the walls and I can select here because they have to go to level 32. And then on the 3D view, we have this masterpiece. Okay, are you following me? Do you need me to, do you want me to repeat anything or?
Could you pull up the walls again? I forgot how to extrude them upwards.
No, it's not. So if you are on the east, you can go one by one. I mean, if you select this wall, you can either use these arrows. I don't recommend you do that. So if you select this wall, the best thing is to constrain the top to level 32. Okay. And now if you select 1, 2, and 3, then you can constrain to level 32 and that's fine.
Okay, thank you.
Sometimes I think, Abby, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, you asked me that you had troubles attaching walls to roofs or levels. I sent you a tutorial. Did it work?
Yeah, it did work actually. I just
okay.
didn't click
No,
on
but
it.
your question was that sometimes you select this wall, okay, and you don't have any properties here. So why? Because you have selected different entities. So by selecting this, you have selected the drawing, you have selected the, so when you go to filter, if you want to select only the wall, then you get rid of this drawing and apply. Okay, so this is your wall. And now you have here the wall properties. Okay, so sometimes you think that you are selecting the wall, but you are not aware that you have already selected, well, now you are aware of that because it's highlighted. But sometimes you select something that it's not a wall and then you don't have properties. So if you don't have properties, you can't change the level. So you don't have properties here because when you select different entities, you don't have any properties here. And then you have to filter and you have to select only the wall that you want to. And now you have the properties here. Okay. There are different ways to do this. I told you not to use this, but sometimes if you are in the elevation and you select that wall just by dragging it, okay, so you are sure that you are at this level, okay? Or if you want to attach this to level 21, you can do that. Or you can select all the walls. If you don't want to select this, you have to press Shift and you see that you have a minus here, and then you select this. And now you haven't selected the level, okay? So if you select here, you have the level. So you can go to the filter and select only walls, and then you have walls. And then you have to attach all of them to level 32. Well, all of them, no. Well, sometimes you have this. So this is up to level 32, but you have an offset, a top offset, negative 10. Why? I don't know why. But I don't want an offset, I want 0. And then you attach this. Okay, so sometimes you attach this to wall to whatever, but then you have this offset. So it is attached to that level, but with that offset. So if it's -1, well, okay, -1. So that wall, in theory, is attached to level 32, but you have an offset and it doesn't get to level 32. So you either delete that or have offset 0 or whatever. Okay. Okay, so we have this. Now we're going to work on level 0, and we're going to work with this fence. Okay, but we need a different wall. What is the thickness? We can annotate a line. Okay, 8 inches. So do I have an 8-inch wall? No, because my walls are in international units. Okay, I don't mind. I select this one, I edit type, I edit this. Well, first I duplicate. So this is the generic 8-inch wall. I edit, and this is 8 inches, 0, 8. You go. And now, again, I'm going to do this like this. And this. And now I'm going to use a line. And finally, I have to attach this here. So I align this and this. It's not working well. So be careful with this. Okay, now it works well. And you can always drag this, but look at this. If you drag this in this direction, you have this. So this is not what we want. So we want to go parallel to this. So make sure that, yeah, so this is highlighted. And then you can go in this direction. Look. And now both are connected with the same. Okay. So be careful. Or you can always trim. You select this one and that one. And probably this is the most accurate way to do it. What about the 3D? No, this is not what we want. So we have to select all these walls. And then we have to attach these walls to level 4. Mm-hmm. Okay. What's next? We have level 0. Is there something we can do here? If we look at the section, we have a roof. We have 3 floors. And we have these, okay. So let's create these horizontal slabs. The first floor, sorry, this is the first floor, the second, the third, and then the roof. So we do have a slab here. Okay, the floor slab. Let's do it. So we are in level 0. And we have to go to architecture, floor. And this is not a rectangle. If it were a rectangle, we would use this tool. We create a rectangle and that's it, but it's not. So we have to use the line. So you can either click on the corners. Be careful because they are not straight lines here. Okay, so I think it's better using the align, because I feel better when I use the align tool, because then I make sure that everything is matching. There you go. Okay, by using the line, I think it's better, but well, it's up to you. Then we click OK, we have to finish edit mode. And on the 3D, there you go. If you're creating a floor, it goes down. Okay, so, well, I didn't define the thickness of the floor. I use a generic one, I don't mind. For this one, for the second and the third, we have to find out the dimension. But for this one, you can use any thickness. But when you are creating this, it goes down. If you want to change the level of this, you can change the level, or you can use an offset. Okay, so if you use a 1 foot offset, now you are changing the level of the floor. But by default, it goes from the level downwards. Okay, so we do have the main walls, the fence, the first floor. So what's next? Well, the floors are on the levels that we have already created, but I want to find out that thickness. Okay.
Fernando?
Yep.
The walls in the drawing like aren't straight, so I don't know. I feel like my drawing is really off. Can I just share my screen?
Yeah, sure. Let me.
It'd be the one that says Revit, not this one.
This one, the Nixel Revit. Okay. Okay, you can share the screen now.
Okay, thank you. So none of my things are lining up.
Yeah, but can you use the align tool?
I did, but it still wasn't working.
That one, yeah. So you have to select first, yeah. Yes. No, first, no. You're doing, it's the other way around. First, you have to select the drawing, and then you have to select the Revit wall. So first select that one, yeah, and now the Revit wall. There you go.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so you get it. So I'm sharing my screen now.
Yes.
So I'm having something funky. I was fine aligning the walls, but as soon as I do it with the floor, it just shifts the rest of the floor over instead of each one snapping at once.
Okay, can you share the screen?
I'll redraw it and try. If it's glitches again, I'll let you know. Because
Okay.
I deleted the floor, but it was, who knows, Revit changes its mind in the middle.
Okay, if you still have the same issue, share the screen, because I don't know what you are doing wrong. So if I see what you are doing, I see what you do, then I can help you fix it. Okay. But what's the issue? That is aligning the floor, or what?
Yeah, I aligned the walls, no problem. And then I made the floor oversized so that I could do the same thing and just align it.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'd align it to the top and it would snap, but then I'd go align the right and all it would do was shift the entire floor over instead of resizing the floor to match.
Well, look at this.
Sense.
In my drawing, I have this, there's a mistake here. So the floor is not perfectly aligned to this wall. If that happens, we can always go to level 0. We can edit boundary. Okay. So if now I see that it's not working well, so I can use align. First this, second that, and now I think it works well. And I finish, and yeah, I don't have that issue now. Okay, I keep going. If you have any issue, interrupt me and I'll help you fix what you're doing. What's next? Oh, the roof. Okay, we can the roof or the second floor. Well, let's go to level. How many? Oh, by the way, look at this. If you look at these floor plans, I see level 0, level 10. We do have level 21 and level 32, and I don't see levels here. How can I fix this? You have to go to view, plan views, floor plans, and here you have the levels that you don't have here on the project browser. So you have to select all of them, 4, 21, and 32, click OK, and now they are here. On level 32, we don't see anything. On level 21, we see just this. On level 10, we see something like that. And on level 4, we don't see anything. And on level 0, we see this. That depends on the visibility and the view range that we have on different. I don't know, did I explain anything about the view range in classes before?
No.
Okay. Sometimes when you open a level, okay, so if you open level 0, that's perfect because this is what all I want to see. I want to see the drawing. I want to see the walls. By the way, if you select other levels, the drawing is not there. But here, the drawing, it's there. So there are different options for this view range, okay? So on these properties windows, you have to select view range, and then you have to edit. Here they explain what this is about, okay? So you have to understand this drawing. If we are looking at the level, we have this line, so we are cutting the model through this line, and then we are looking downwards. And here we have different things. It's complicated. Anyway, this is the cut plane, so it's associated to the level and the offset 4 feet. Okay, so if this is the level that we are working with, the cut plane, this red dashed line, is at 4 feet above the level. Okay, if this is level 0, our cut plane is at 4 feet. If this is level 10, it will be at 14 feet. So this is the cut plane, this one. So I don't recommend you change this because it's by default is always 4. And then the top is associated to level 4 with an offset of 7.6. I don't mind. So this is what we see from this level to above. Okay, so we see up to 7.6 or 7 feet and 6 inches. What really matters is the bottom, okay? Because the bottom is associated to level 4 with any offset. So that means that everything that is underneath level 4, we don't see that. And finally, the view depth is associated to level 4 with no offset. So the view depth is this. So the view depth, it's something that we see, but we can't edit. I'm going to work with this negative 30. Apply. Okay. So now I see the drawing. You understand what I have done? So let's try level 32. Okay. So in level 32, I don't see anything. Why? Because if I look at my east elevation, so my cut line is 4 feet above level 32, and there's nothing. And my view range, so I don't see anything below level 32. So basically, if I'm on level 32, I don't see anything because there is nothing above level 32, and my view range is not going downwards. So let's work with this view range. I'm at level 32 now. I do this. Yep. So what do I do? What do I see below? Up to level 32. And what is the view depth up to level 32? So I'm going to first change this. Let's say negative 1. Apply and okay. Okay, now I see something because my view depth, it's level 32 minus 1. So I see those walls, but I don't see the drawing because the drawing is at level 0. So if I want to see the drawing in level 32, I have to go to the view range, and this offset should be negative, let's say 40. And now I see the drawing. Okay. What if I type here 0 and I type here negative 40? No, it's impossible. So we cannot go, so this is the limit of what I see below. So if this is negative 40, this has to be negative 40. But this can be negative 40 and the bottom can be negative 1. And then apply and see what happens. Well, apparently nothing happens. But what if I see negative 1 and negative 1? Apply. Okay. Now I don't see the drawing. Okay. Anyway, this is complicated. When in doubt, imagine that we are here and we don't see anything. You say, okay, I want to see. Now I'm blind. I was blind and now I see. So this is what I want to do. So when in doubt, don't think about, okay, it was the bottom, the depth, whatever, I don't remember. So you edit and click unlimited and unlimited. Apply, and now you see everything. Okay, so now you are at ease, because sometimes you are drawing and then you change the level. I don't see anything. So where is my work? I can't see. Okay, so if you click unlimited, then you see everything that it's on the drawing. If we don't want to see this, if we don't want to see the drawing in level 32, because what's the point of having the swimming pool here? The swimming pool is in level 0. I don't want to see that. Okay, so then you can go to the view range, and we can say up to level 4, for example. And with level 4, I shouldn't see the drawing because the drawing is in level 0. Yep, there you go. Okay, so this is the view range. So depending on what you want to see, it's useful working with this view range. Anyway, so far we have 4 walls like that in level 4, level 10, and level 32. They are the same. So in this project, this is not relevant, but in more complicated projects, we might need to use the view range here. Okay, okay. So we are at level 10. That's useful because I can edit what I have on this level, but and that is the underlay. Okay, so we have the view range, and then we have the underlay. But this is too much for today, so I will explain the underlay any other day because I want to move on with the model. Anyway, we are at this level, on level 10 or at level 21, and we want to. Okay, if you see the sections, we have this space, and then we have the slab here. Okay, so this is the open space. This is the living room. And the slab, well, here we have this structural line. So we are going to create a architecture floor. And we're going to work with this boundary line. So I'm going to select this because this is a structural element. So I'm going to start here. And then again, I'm going to use a line. So I can do this. I finish here. And now I align, but I align inside. Okay, so I use this wall, align, this wall, align, and this wall, and align. Now I click here, and I see what happens in 3D view. Let's click wireframe. So you see that we have this floor here. Okay. But this floor on level 10, we have an elevator here, and we have the staircase. So we don't have a floor where the elevator is, and we don't have a floor where the staircase is. So we have to edit this boundary. And now I can draw the inside of the elevator. And I can use a rectangle to draw inside the staircase. I click OK. Lines currently, the highlighted lines currently intersect. Okay, that's interesting. So we cannot have lines intersecting here. So I have to use the trim option. And then I have to keep on drawing here. And now it works. And on the 3D view, I see that I have created those voids so that I can go upstairs and I can go, yeah, so there's a void here, so the elevator can go up. Do you get this, or do you want me to do it again?
Could you do that again, please?
Yep. Okay, so this is the existing first floor, and now I have to open, I have to open this for the elevator, and I have to open something for the staircase. So this is solid now, and I have to go up through the staircase and through the elevator. So I have to open this slab. So let's do it in plan. So I have to select the slab, and then I have to edit boundary. So when I select edit boundary, it's pink. And if I change the view, we have pink lines here. And I can edit these lines. So on level 10, if I want to open the staircase, it's easy because it's rectangular. So I can click here and there. And now I have this opening here, that's fine. But for the elevator, I have to open inside the elevator, and it's not rectangular because we have this tilted wall. It's not straight, okay? So I can use these two lines. So I can start doing this. Then I can trim. I trim this and this. And now I can keep going. This one, that one, that one, and finally that. And now click OK. This is it. Okay, so I have created the slab, and I have these two openings here. This is level 10. Okay, I'm going to do exactly the same on level 21. What's the problem of level 21? I don't have the reference of the drawing. Okay, so I have to use the view range, edit. And if I don't want to think too much and it's too late, so I'm going to use the unlimited option. Okay, so that's perfect because I see the drawing and I see the floor underneath, and that's perfect because I want to trace this floor again. So now I work to architecture, floor. I'm on level 21. Make sure that you don't have any offset or whatever. So it's in level 21, no offsets. And I'll do it in a different way. So I'm not using align now. So I'm just tracing. Now I do the opening for the elevator. click finish. And now I have to edit boundary because I do need to open this for the staircase. So now on the 3D view, we have level 10 and level 21. Okay. So what's next? I'm going to create the roof and we are done today. I want to give you time to internalize things. So if you are working on your own, try to do it. And if you have any questions, you can ask me in this last 15 minutes. So I'm going to create on level 32. I want to create the roof. So we click roof. The roof is on level 32. And I can, well, there's, I would use a different way to create the roof. We can either sketch the roof with lines or rectangles, and then we can align things, or we can pick lines. Okay, so I'm going to select pick line. And the roof starts here, and here, and here, and there. So I select the lines, and then I pick it. But now I have to use a trim because I have selected these lines, but now I have to trim these, and that. You remember that that tiny triangle was that we are defining slope. This is a flat roof, so we don't want to define slope. And there you go. If we use a hidden line, we have this block. And okay, we can use something, if you click here, this tiny icon here in visual style, we can select hidden line, shaded, realistic, consistent colors, okay? But if we click display options, we can assign transparency to this. And it's cool because we see transparent elements. Okay. This is all I wanted to explain today. Try to do it on your own, and let me know. We have 15 minutes. Let me know if you need anything else.
So I got that floor thing glitching on me again, if you want to see it.
Sorry, again?
I got the aligning the floor still glitching. If you want to take a look at that.
Okay. I'm giving you, where are you? Scott. Okay, you can share the screen now.
All right, so hang on a second here. So this is my floor. I overdrew it, and then I was trying to align. And what happens is when I go to
No, but you
The
have to
line-
select, no. Select the floor again. No, this is not the floor. This is the floor. Select edit boundary.
Ah,
Yeah, but now you can align.
okay. Hey, there we go. Something simple.
Yep. Yeah, but if I don't see your screen, I don't know what you're doing. Yeah, but now it works.
All right,
There you
there we go. Thank you.
Okay.